tax bills. Joining me now to discuss it is Vermont's independent Senator Bernie Sanders. Senator Sanders, thanks for joining us. You've been an outspoken critic of these kind of uses, exploitation, whatever you want to call it, of the tax code for years. So have many other Democrats in Congress. But I guess the big question is, why has nothing been done to stop this from happening?
Well, I will give you the short and simple answer is that we have a major political party, it's called the Republican Party, who apparently see their goal in life is to represent the wealthy and the powerful and to make sure that the rich and large corporations pay as little in taxes as is possible. And that's the struggle that we're having. But to my mind, not only is this tax inversion an outrage, we are losing now about $100 billion in federal revenue every year because many of these large corporations are putting their money into the Cayman Islands and Bermuda and other tax havens. 1 out of 4 large profitable corporations today, Jake, pay 0 in federal income taxes. So we need real tax reform that asks the wealthy and large profitable corporations to start paying their fair share of taxes.
Are there the votes in the Democratic Party in the Senate to do major tax reform that would do away with this loophole?
There are over 50 votes, but I don't believe we'll have 60 votes to overcome a Republican filibuster.
So business advocates argue that one of the reasons this happens is that the corporate tax rate in the U.S. is one of the highest in the world, and that is what is driving companies to go to other countries. What do you make of that?
What they often talk about is the nominal rate, the rate that is on paper, which is 35%. According to the last GAO report done in 2010, it should be updated, the effective corporate tax rate is 12.6%, not 35%. There are virtually no corporations that pay the top rate. And as I mentioned a moment ago, 1 out of 4 major profitable corporations pays nothing in federal taxes. And in a given year, you have companies like General Electric or Boeing that not only pays nothing in taxes, they actually get a federal rebate. Jake, here's another important point. In 1952, corporations contributed about 32% of the tax revenue of the federal government. Today, that number is less than 10%. So when you wonder why we have a large deficit and a large national debt, one of the reasons is that that corporate tax revenues and the percentage of revenues that are coming into the federal government is much, much lower than it used to be.
Yeah, and according to the Congressional Research Service, these tax inversions have been on the rise dramatically. Between 1983 and 2003, there were only 29. That number jumped to 47 in the following 10 years. Why do you think this is gaining momentum?
Well, I'll tell you why. I mean, and I think where the American people are really, really angry is, we have families that are sending kids off to war. These kids get killed. They come home wounded. And then you got corporations, and we're seeing now corporate profits at an all-time high. And many of these corporations have absolutely no loyalty to the people of the United States or to our government. If they can make an extra buck by moving to the United Kingdom, their headquarters to the United Kingdom, paying less in taxes, that is what they will do. Now, the danger, as you've indicated, is once one company starts doing it, or many companies do it, other companies, from a competitive perspective, feel that they have got to do it as well. And when you see that kind of exodus or mass bolting out of the country for lower taxes, it is going to mean a sharp reduction in federal revenue, which means that the middle class pays more, or we simply don't have the money to provide education or health care or infrastructure to the American people.
Senator Bernie Sanders, independent of Vermont. Thank you so much, sir.